Alright, now, as we continue to detail the hand, we want to think about how the thumb works here. And we're going to start to add some more geometry here. So, let's check, make sure mirroring's turned on. And then let's look at the size of the brush here. Alright. So now as we add a little bit more volume into the thumb, we want to think about still smaller details where the skin tends to fold along the side of the hand here. So we smooth the transitions back into the mesh and try to just lightly soften in the middle area. So we just kind of smooth out the detail, but then back into the palm and the thumb area, we want to kind of smooth it out. So a little bit bigger brush, a little bit more strength. So I want to keep the volume, but I want to smooth out the brush strokes. So that's pretty good for now. Alright, now as we look around the thumb, back to our sculpt brush, let's get a little bigger. The thumb bone, or the thumb joint back here, basically does feel like two bones kind of saddling together. You also want to beef up his thumb a little bit, especially in the area where that thumb joint is. It's a little fatter there. We're also a little bit bigger here at the end joint. So what we grab with that grab tool really does also depend on your angle of the view. So you'll have to move around and actually look at it from multiple angles. Alright, that's pretty good. We can always go back to the sculpt brush and add a bit of volume with that as well. A little too strong though. So as I just try to bulk up some areas of the mesh, we also want to think about how these forms transition back into the rest of the shape. So I'm going to carve into the side of the hand here just a little bit. I'll kind of emphasize that web in the corner of the thumb. So then we'll switch back to the smooth brush and soften that up a bit. Now, as we move around and try to increase some of the bulk in some of these areas, we always have to go back and smooth to make sure that we're softening all of that sculpting that we do. So always making sure we look at it from lots of different angles. Alright, now I'm going to get a smaller brush here. We're going to carve a little bit into the mesh. And then back around it. It's not too bad there for the palm side. So now we're going to start defining some of the kind of knuckle mass. And then we'll bulk this part up back here, enhancing where that kind of thumb knuckle bone is. We'll soften that back in. Alright, now with an even smaller brush, we're going to carve in just a little bit in here. So then we'll grab with a little bit bigger brush, bring this part of the thumb up a little bit. Just trying to, I think that was a little too much. Fill out the volume. Get everything to really look like it works together. That's a little better. Alright, not too bad for the thumb.